Give me one reason to stay here, then I'll turn right back around. Give me one reason to stay here, then I'll turn right back around. Said I don't wanna leave you lonely. You gotta make me change my mind. Baby, I've got your number, and I know that you got mine. You know that I called you, I called too many times. You got to call me, baby. You can call me anytime. You got to call me. Give me one reason to stay here, and I'll turn right back around. Give me one reason to stay here. Oh, I'll turn right back around. Said I don't want to leave you lonely. You better make me change my mind.
Good evening. Happy Wednesday. Halfway through this shit show of a week. Fantastic. How's everybody doing?
I got new blue balls for my tongue.
Blue balls for your tongue. What?
I don't think that's where they're supposed to go. Oh, those things.
I mean, if she does it right,
Well, yeah, sure.
here for blue balls is the tongue.
That's one of many ways, yes.
I've had pink in here for a while and I don't like pink. I like having blue balls in my mouth.
Kind of like community service, right?
Well, I guess pink and that'll cure blue balls too. I'm just saying.
Yeah, balls in your mouth, sure.
Oh, yeah. Who's out there so far? I see Jerry's in the house. There's a meter out there. Big G's out there.
Big G.
There's
Jay.
some Adam. Not gonna try to say that last name. We'll just martyr that shit. Addie Tooney's in the house. Kenny B. Hobag. Church. Who else do I see out there? Wombatsky's out there. Toby's out there. Hobag, I don't know if I said hello yet.
Toe's here. What's up, Toe?
Putt's in the house. Happy Hippie's out there.
What's up, church?
Dustin Stewardess is out there.
No.
How's everybody doing? Vaping Bum Jay, what's happening?
What's up, Jay?
All the cool kids are coming.
Jay's around. Harmony's probably around somewhere. Hi, Harmony.
So, before we go completely off the rails, we have to talk about the obvious. If you're not aware and you can help in any way, shape, or form, and are anywhere in the fucking planet, Australia needs some big time help right now. Big time help. So advocate for them in any way you can. I know there was a link going around to sign a petition. If you can do it.
You could put that out there again?
I would have to find a petition. I ran across it on Instagram.
Tooney's got it on a cut and paste.
Toonie links.
There you go. Yeah, definitely something they need some help with. If you guys haven't been paying attention to the news, they did stop the import of nicotine.
Yeah, it will start on July 1st.
Yep. So they have very little time left here. And the only way they're going to be able to get it otherwise is via a doctor's prescription, and apparently, from what I understand, that's going to be pretty goddamn difficult because they're not. From what I understand, they're not letting a lot of doctors get the okay to write a script for liquid nicotine.
Specialists. Yep.
Yeah, so
It's specialized doctors, addiction specialist doctors, I think.
yeah, so
Silliness.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's nuts what they're trying to pull. Once the link for the petition goes up, there you use area code 3212. There it is. He just put it up. And anywhere in the world you can sign that petition. You just use it. It really only takes about 5 seconds to click on the link, let it autofill your info, put the area code in, hit enter, you're done. And you can be anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world you can go sign, as long as you use one of those two postal codes. So get those numbers up, everybody. Get those numbers up.
help them out. They need all the help we can get. The plus side is that link. There are some actual people in their government that are actually pulling for this. So,
Yep.
I mean, it does have a little weight to it, since they actually have people in the government that are actually going to fight for them.
Yeah, and they are rebelling against the health minister because there's no call for this. And there's the way that they're doing this is they say that they're going to do a long-term study on their own, which is fine and dandy. But you're putting a policy in place before you actually do the research to see if the policy needs to be in place. So they're going about things backwards. And that's the reason a lot of the politicians over in Australia are like, no, 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 no. So by signing that petition, you're giving them an excuse to reverse policy, go back, do your long-term study first to see if the things that you're saying are actually true, which they aren't, by the way. The things you're saying are not true, Mr. Health Minister down in Australia. And then devise a good policy based on scientific fact, which is how all this should go. And that's the same thing you're seeing here in the U.S. Like my home state of Montana proposing another flavor ban. It's probably not going to happen, but
We're still trying.
you know, it's not the way that they're going about it is completely backwards. They're going about it without any legislation. They're trying to just put it into place without legislation, without anybody having to say. But they were forced to go ahead and open up a town meeting for it. So, and I know how my Montanans are. They're going to be like, you're trying to take away something from me? No. So, I look forward to hearing that gets shot down.
Toby, this one's kind of an exception to policy when it comes to a petition, because it's actually ran by their people in office. So.
Yeah, this is something from. There's a couple politicians behind this one, so it's not as useless as the change.org here. It's not quite as useless. Australia is a much smaller community, so the more names we can get on there, the more the politicians will have to back them up.
It's worth a go. Give them all the help we can. So,
Plus, it's 5 seconds. What the fuck does it hurt?
yeah.
Right?
Autofill is a wonderful tool.
Yeah.
Spend more time than it requires to fill that out, staring off into outer space throughout a day, and at least this will do some fucking good.
It takes you less time than it takes to check your email while you're taking a shit. There you go.
I gotta have somewhere to check my tracking.
Oh man. Yeah, this shit's ridiculous.
There we go.
I hope so too, though.
Yeah,
I hope that we are able to make a big difference down there. Because the way they're going about things is ass backwards.
Yeah, and that's their idea of a study is let's study what happens when everybody goes back to cigarettes and we put a whole lot more money in our house.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That's
Yeah. Cigarettes are still cool. Yeah, but vaping is just the fucking devil.
How dare you try and be
It makes perfect sense. Yeah, right?
We're taking.
That's the argument that always drives me nuts. So
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
they all say if we could end smoking right now, we would. You have the fucking power if you wanted to.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
You could totally ban smoking if you wanted to, and open it up to a much healthier alternative. You could do it.
If only they would abide by a policy of truth.
Maybe we should put that at the start.
Yeah. Contextually, that song would have made sense, I suppose, right? But I don't know. I got the blues though, so.
You know, you did absolutely kill that one. So, Tracy Chapman.
Gone
You may
now.
want me to stay here.
That one gets copyright stricken for me more than almost anything. Love it.
Really?
Yeah, they love that one. Every time I play it, I get at least 3 or 4 different companies who are like, "That's mine." I'm like, "No, it's."
I wonder
not.
if she was on
Adam, shut
Sony
up."
Records. Sony, like every Sony and their subsidiaries love to sue the pants off people, and they're very litigious
So many
about that
South
stuff.
American companies love Sony music.
Let's see.
Yeah. Yep, those are all really good fucking points out there. There are some good ones, eh? Right? God forbid you stop something that makes you a fucking bunch of money.
Yeah.
Even if it comes at the health of your citizens. Because that doesn't matter in the end when you're billions of dollars in debt because you don't know how to manage your own fucking money.
True enough.
There you go. Underground railroads coming soon.
Wait, cunt.
Boy, cunt.
I'm gonna assume Paul's out there. You're not just calling random people. Oi, cunt.
Hey.
Yeah, they're
I wouldn't put it past them.
Paul Labworks, aka the Oi cunt, is here. Everybody, it's not just it's not just random swearing from me and Lummy. At this point, he's earned that nickname.
Let's be honest, it would be perfectly natural for me to just call random people cunts.
That's what I'm saying.
That is true. Anybody who's watched their stream, they do want you guys dead. They're Pippa.
Yeah.
No, Brennan and I will sing the national anthem when we try to call somebody a cunt.
Trailer Park Boy style. Wait, are we setting up a train?
All that's gonna run on that train is nicotine.
7 pounds of weed, gallons of nicotine.
There's a good question for Paul. Paul, have you found a way around it yet?
He's like, oh, you cunt, I just put my dick in it.
The nicotine?
Put my dick in the Barbie.
Put your dick in the nick?
Wait, you put your dick in the Barbie?
Just another dick in the Barbie? Is that
Another dick in the Barbie.
I'm not butchering accents anymore.
Like, you do understand what the Barbie is, right, nicotine? Right there, I was just about called Lumi nicotine.
Nice.
I heard that, I was like, whoa.
Lumitine?
Sorry. Told you guys to leave that window open too long with me, you get secondhand.
But right now you can go over to DIYFlavorChaser.com, find the Mr. Fog liquids,
Oh, yeah.
and all the proceeds are going to Legalize Vaping Australia.
That's Simon Woftem.
Yep.
Yeah. That's cool.
Simon Atherton is donating all of his proceeds
It's
to
cool
Legalize
as hell.
Vaping Australia. It's a good man.
Yeah, he was talking about it on Tam's show earlier. He's super passionate about it, about the advocacy and just about vaping in general. So,
Yeah, he's always been very passionate about it. He's
Absolutely.
a very knowledgeable guy.
mm-hmm.
One of the best mixers going. So I mean, he's got 10 mixes over there on DIY Flavor
The
Chaser.
custard slut.
Custard slut.
Oh boy. So now that that's out there, if anybody has anything they want to say on it, feel free. I just wanted to make sure it was brought up, so in case anybody was living under a rock, they know what's going on. I get it. I live under a rock from time to time, so.
Yeah, I just
Yeah, I
I,
don't
I
know.
just think it's absolutely ridiculous because they've made them jump through. They've made Australians jump through hoops for forever, just regarding the nicotine. Like they had them do the doublers and short fills and everything else.
Yeah.
And now they're closing the window on that. I mean, they really are trying to force people back to that $35-40 a pack fucking habit, and that's what it costs in Australia to smoke. It's $35 to $40 Australian. So I mean, it's absolutely ridiculously expensive to smoke.
I think they give you 5 extra cigarettes, don't they? Though.
They did.
Isn't it
What,
like
five
packs of
extra
25?
cigarettes? 5 extra cigarettes is worth
I know.
$30 extra, Adam. I mean,
Hell
I
no.
don't know.
No, I'm being facetious for sure.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's Australia's absolutely fucking ridiculous, and it had seemed like they were turning a corner, right? Like they were.
That was the last I had heard. Like I didn't know the extent of
Well,
this whole
this-
thing until I saw Pippa last night online talking about it, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I mean, this is really serious. I mean, this is July 1st, a couple days from now.
Yeah, I
Yep.
would say.
6 days.
And the places that are still selling nicotine to Australia, from what I've heard, they've gouged them, just absolutely gouged them for what's left.
Oh yeah, that's 'cause people like to
What
take
was it? It was like
advantage of a
three-
shitty
like, we did that-
situation.
We did the math for somebody, and it turned out to be like $300 a liter for nicotine,
Jesus.
100 milligram nicotine.
Fuck.
Right?
Dang, that's stupid.
They were trying to do that to us here in the U.S. not that long ago. Remember?
Uh,
People forget the things that they were trying.
Yeah, it
Not
sounds-
that long ago, we were looking at that too. But yeah, it's becoming a reality down. Well, right now it's a reality down there. That's how much it costs right now. So when they do actually make it illegal, fuck. I mean, what are you gonna do? It's what, $225,000 U.S. or Australian fine if you get caught with nicotine? Like,
So stupid.
what do you do? Start vaping caffeine, I guess. Fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, like, I don't even know.
That's fucking crazy.
So yeah, let's support them while you can.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts. But I can't say that I'm surprised that shit like this is happening, because it's just another hurdle that they want to put in the way of people to keep their income moving.
There you go, Wombaski. Patch extraction.
Oh my god.
The Runch
Start
would
growing
like,
tomatoes.
yeah, grow your own tomatoes and
Eggplant.
eggplant. Yeah, get them nightshades going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at a Reddit thread the other day that was talking about that, like what the
Oh, man.
actual math on it to be is. It's
I can't even imagine.
so astronomical, like to realistically be able to produce your own feasible nicotine from eggplants and tomatoes and like
Yeah.
the strongest nightshades possible is still on a personal scale. It's so astronomically ridiculous.
And
Is
then
it illegal
if
for you to
we're
grow your own
handling
tobacco and extract it out of your own tobacco?
Oh, I'd imagine. Spork Leafy.
Yes.
Yes.
Boomer revs back up.
There you go. There's no doctors that are authorized to give out prescription nicotine, and there won't be till at least the end of 2020, if ever.
So that's fucking stupid. Jesus fuck. So basically, if you get caught with it, you may as well give up the house you're living in.
Yep.
Well, they did that. They did that to that one guy. He was a shop owner, and
Oh.
raided his house and took all his stuff from his shop. And yeah, he's like I think, a couple mil in debt from all the fines that they layered onto him and then the legal battle that it took. Like, it turned around for him for a minute, and then they turned around and fucked him again. So
That's
yeah, it's
absolutely fucking insane. I get it. Okay, you break the law, get a fine. Not have your whole fucking life taken away. That's fucking stupid.
Because you don't want to smoke cigarettes anymore? Fuck.
apparently Breestone's managed to get his Nick prescription, so there are avenues apparently, but
Oh.
Yeah, apparently, Wombatsky.
Shit. I'm not
yeah,
happy
I
about
don't.
any of this.
Yeah, that is fucking nuts. To actually put somebody out of house and home because, oh my god, they had a little nicotine on them. Fuck right off.
So mad I'm vaping 18 milligram.
Dude, that's fucking crazy. Man, there.
You'd be dead, Gizzard Stew, if you were trying to box the kangaroos.
Makes one there's and they really written that law that fucking tight that there's not a way around
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
That's nuts. Whoever's writing their laws needs to stay the fuck out of the U.S. because there's some laws here that. Luckily,
I mean, you know perfectly well that you could get someone in China to import something to you, introduce some of that Chinese nicotine, and they would put it down as something completely different. Like they don't
Oh,
care.
yeah. Electronic parts or whatever.
Yeah, they sell you like ink oil or some fucking.
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
Printer
exactly.
toner.
They've got
That's the one that they
sharp-
do for liquids.
sharp-
Printer toner, that's what it is. Printer toner.
Yep.
Yeah, they would totally do it for you. It's just
They don't
the
give a
fact that
fuck.
if you got caught with that,
Yeah, that it puts it on
Fuck.
you. Exactly.
Yep.
They don't give a fuck because it doesn't mean anything to them. You ain't gonna come get China. They don't give a shit.
that's absolutely insane.
exactly, Tommy. I killed 7 people. 3 and 4. I had a bottle of Nick.
It's vaping, bro.
Couldn't pay my fine. Here I am.
Living on the edge. I had a bottle of 6 milligram, bro.
Oh, Labwork says China shut the gate too.
Wow.
Damn.
It's pretty bad when China shuts the gate on you.
I was gonna
That tells you what sort of a desperate ass situation they're in over in Australia.
China
China's
said
not
it's
even
gotta
fucking
be
willing.
Fucking serious, yeah, because they don't give 2 bits of a fuck.
Yeah, I'm sorry I called you the Jay Cutler of the vaping world earlier, TJ. It's China's the Jay Cutler of the vaping world. They don't give a fuck as long as they're getting their money. Say whatever you want about them, but yeah, if they shut the gate,
Yeah. Holy shit.
well, I mean,
Whoa.
Right?
I wouldn't be surprised to see him buying fucking Freebase Nick, bringing it in.
That's
Like a
heavy for
hazmat
the
suit
average
to fucking handle that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the average fucking John, Dick, and Harry to be playing with, man. That's some serious level shit.
I wouldn't even
Not
want to play
fucking toys, though.
300, let
I don't know
alone
if I would feel comfortable with
1,000.
that. Yeah, I've been playing with nicotine for fucking years, and I don't know that I'd feel comfortable with that.
Dude, I still open my little spout on my Nick bottle when I'm mixing fucking 5 feet away from my face just to make sure that shit doesn't get anywhere near me, you know? Can't even imagine 300 or, let alone 1,000.
Huh. That's
Ugh.
insta fucking death if you fuck that shit up.
That's no bueno, man. That's real life fucking fuck up and you die shit.
Yeah.
Urge.
That's fucking nuts. But well, I don't know where to go. Where they go from there?
That's why sign that petition. Sign away. I mean, that's all you can do right now, and hope that the politicians that are backing the rebellion are able to make a dent.
Yep. Hopefully they can. And that's best we can hope for.
Mm-hmm. Nice. The birthday cake's working out.
Do we have any?
Glad that recipe worked.
Do we have any good news this week?
BG's still pretty cheap over at River Supply Co. You can actually buy it in reasonable quantities, like bulk apothecaries BG. Like, it's still a reasonable price, but you can only buy it in like 50-gallon drums. So I mean, that's not gonna work for most vapors.
I was gonna say, I think if you buy the 500-gallon, they'll still send the tanker to your house. But I mean,
They will send it directly to your house. No problem. But yeah, you can still get it reasonable over the vape companies are still getting it reasonable. So yeah, they did have that sale on their freebase Nick. It's $35 off a liter, but what they're not telling you is the liter is a lot for 1,000 milligram Nick. I'm not sure why you would advertise that you had that though. So if you're a DIYer, stay away. Do not buy that stuff.
yeah, that just sounds problematic, man.
You need like an air. You need like a venting hood. You need hazmat suit. You know, all sorts of stuff just to handle it.
Yeah.
Jimlin, that you would be amazed. You'd be amazed at what the river will do.
That is true. Big G does make a good Chenandler Bong point there. We did get some good news this week, in that we've gotten word that Michael Keaton is supposed to be coming back to play Batman in the Ezra Miller Flashpoint movie that they're working on.
Nice.
At least after a while, we're still going to get a decent Batman back on the big screen before they put Pattinson out there to sparkle in the bat suit.
Well, that'll be fantastic. Hey, speaking of superhero things, have any of you watched that Doom Patrol show on HBO?
No, it keeps coming up on the fucking side of my IMDb recommended shit lately, though, so I've been meaning to actually look into it.
Yeah, that was something I was wondering, because I keep seeing the previews for it, and it looks good, and I'm going, debating on whether I watch it or not.
It's one of those that it's either going to be really good or it's going to be fucking hokey as hell, and you're going to hate it immediately, I think.
Oh, hopefully it's good. I mean, I'm gonna try to watch an episode or two and see what I think.
It seems like it's very polarizing from the reviews that I've read. Yeah, see, Big G says it's funny as fuck, and he's weird, so it's gotta be good.
Well, if you're weird and you think it's good, well, it's got to be worth a shot, right?
Right?
Later, Ranch. I think any of the postal codes will work. 2127 Sydney? Sure. There's millions of people in Sydney. What else are we talking about?
Those are the things I could think of at the current moment.
NFL facilities are back open for staff. So all the coaches are allowed back in the building.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's a plus.
Shanique was being a attention-hungry animal right now. I had to give her some pets. Hasn't seen me much in the last 3 days. Fucking tree. Bastards. Speaking of the tree, hi Socorro, hi Angel. I saw you guys flash by earlier, but we were all on important shit. Sorry.
We know you're here.
Cool kids from the tree hang out. We know that.
Not trying to be a pain in the ass, just a little bit of a pain.
Tree dicked me over yesterday, fuckers. It was like, hurry up, the truck's like 20 minutes away, you better get your ass to the store now. And I get there and he doesn't show up for 2 more hours. So I sat in the store, not getting paid, off the clock for 2 hours waiting for a fucking truck to show up. And then we got a little over halfway done with it, and truck driver starts whining at us. I can't see back here. It's too late. So we're gonna have to shut it down for the night and continue tomorrow. And you have 2 options: either I camp out here behind the store for the night, and we can do it at 5:30 in the morning, or I go to a rest stop in Gary and come back at 7:30 in the morning. And the store manager was like, "Stay here, come back. You know, we'll come back at 5:30 in the morning and finish it up." So me and store manager and Scoro finished the truck in whatever 4 hours this morning at 5:30. It's the biggest truck that we've had since I've been there. 2,700 pieces.
Jesus Christ.
Our back room is full of stuff. There's a lot of back to school shit. Which I'm like, alright, I guess.
So if they let them come back to school.
That's what I'm saying.
We'll find out in a month.
Yeah, it was a
Like
little
right now, it's sounding like
irritated.
they're blowing us off actually seeing face-to-face patients again at my hospital until, like, they're gonna let some primary care in, but for the most part, it's gonna be all virtual visits and nobody's coming in until at least the 1st of August.
Boy, mate.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Jesus
What's
Hey,
happening,
everyone.
Paul?
Christ.
Hey guys.
What's up, dude?
Did you get put into the dungeon in that tiny ass room? I can see almost all 4 walls.
I'm no, I'm not.
Couldn't help it. It's been a while since I've had a chance to give you shit in person.
Well, look, you can give me all the shit you want. You know, I really don't care at the moment with what's going on over here. Look, a lot of what you guys are saying it's on the money, but come July 1, all the script systems and everything that we had in play, they're out the window. Because the framework has not been put in place for the doctors to... Oh, sorry, it's not the doctors. They have the authority to actually hand over the prescription. It's the pharmacies, state by state, they do not have the authorization to actually dispense or compound nicotine products for us.
What the fuck? So they have to get a special permit in order to be able to do that then?
Yeah, currently there is a framework that is not in play, and anyone that wants to visit Australia, if you travel to Australia by aircraft or ship, You may bring e-cigarettes containing vaporized nicotine if it is for your medical treatment and its use and supply is under a doctor's prescription. You will need to have a copy of the prescription with you. So they've shut that
So
loophole.
even coming to Australia for a visit, you have to have a script.
Correct.
Well, what if your country doesn't abide by scripts?
You have to find one.
I mean, I could probably talk to one of the doctors at the hospital and be writing some shit up, but I work at a hospital, so that's...
Yeah, look, I understand all of that, Fresh, but Jesus,
I was
what
saying
you've
it's just
done-
going to be incredibly difficult. And that's completely unreasonable. Like, if you're going to do that, then just say you can't come in with it.
Mm-hmm. It goes on even further in the documentation. What do I need to import? It's mind blowing because they've now changed it as such that you can apply online, right, to this brand new department that I've never even heard of, Office of Drug Control, for an import permit. The ODC will have a dedicated web page. It doesn't exist at the moment, including a step-by-step instruction on making an application for a permit, including attesting that your business complies with the conditions specified in the TGA regulations for lawful importation of an unregistered medicine. They've just classified nicotine as a medicine.
Huh.
Yeah, you're like me, Fresh. You're scratching your head going,
So what are the farmers going to do?
in
They
what
use
way?
nicotine as a pesticide.
That comes in under a different classification, and that actually has a marker in it.
Mm.
That has a chemical marker. Can't be used in what we do. We spoke about this a long time ago, and
You know my
it's a
memory.
different. Well, it's a different classification and a different grade of nicotine. It's not the same. Completely different. Comes in a completely different formula and format.
Yeah, you guys are just like, what can people do? Like, what can people do to help people besides sign the petition? Like, is there anything anybody can do?
Well, the petition's one thing, but the fighting fund is another. Hylic, the Chinese nicotine company, has already stepped up. They've thrown 10,000 into the plate. We've got ministers that are crossing the floor against this, and this is within the own party of Greek Hunt. They're crossing the floor and going, this isn't going to happen. And Mr. Not On My Watch has been thrown every curveball possible on Twitter right now and every other platform. I think we've melted his phone lines. The co-director of the AMA, or the Australian Medical Association, came out in favour of this, and that idiot actually posted his private cell phone number on his Facebook page. So he's going to need a new cell phone now. That got lit up like a Christmas tree. The president of the AMA won't come out and talk about it because he's in two minds. They're gearing up to move everything across to the pharma space, and this was always our problem here in Australia, because the golden goose that no one talks about, no one will talk about this openly, and I have on many shows that Tasmanian Alkaloids, the grower and compounder of 60% of the world's opium production for the opioid market, is based here. If that isn't a golden goose for the government, I don't know what is. J&J GSK, GlaxoSmithKline, Pfizer, all of them have their fingers so far up the asses of the politicians here, it's not funny. And then you turn around to another decision that the TGA has made here very recently, being that they blocked even a look-in of the ICOS system, even with putting all the documentation of ICOS. And look, I've bagged ICOS time and time again, but it's still THR, regardless. I don't think this minister understands what THR stands for. It's not 3 letters, it's tobacco harm reduction.
Yeah.
But he does not have that in his vocabulary. I'm sorry. It's not an easy task, dude. We're fighting an uphill battle here. We've got people across the world. Oh, well, Addy, Greg Hunt said that he spoke to Scott Gottliebson, whoever the hell that is, and that he spoke to the EPA. What the hell has the EPA got to do with the FDA and the CDC for that matter? It's unbelievable. Yeah, suburban area code, that's easy. Gears, don't even talk about Chimpman. We thought that we'd gotten rid of him, but he's appeared out of fucking nowhere in the last 24 hours, and he's lighting everyone up like a Christmas tree on Twitter. No, it's a serious joke. I've had colleagues in the industry fresh reach out to me and ask, what can we do? I've got hardware companies reaching out to me, what can we do? And I said, add to the fighting fund. I've got liquid manufacturers in the United States reaching out, asking what can they do? And I said, look, right now the fighting fund is one thing, but whether or not we
Save
actually
the money
get
for your own fucking fighting fund here in a couple months.
Oh, well, I hear you on that. And I've been fighting backwards and forwards and helping Nick Orlando over in Florida with the 810 bill for the flavor ban over there, helping everyone I possibly can. It's beyond comprehension. But what I'm saying to everyone is Australia the petri dish for, or the beta testing for what they're going to wheel out across the world if governments do not get their way? Is that what's going to happen? Are we going to go down, right, draconian laws across the world? For what reason? To kill people? Or because Australia is addicted to the $17 billion a year they get in fucking tobacco tax revenue?
Shit deal you guys are getting, plain and simple.
Look, a lot of it, Church, sorry, Mita, a lot of us are civil here, but when we put, we've been, for the most part, compliant with the government, right, in the vaping community. There are the rogues out there that'll do whatever, but we've been civil. We've been very civil. This has just destroyed my job with who I work for. Destroyed it, because I can't do development. Because the key component of finishing a liquid is the nicotine, because it helps in the steeping process. It's part of the chemical equation. They've destroyed my job. Gonski, thanks for coming. They don't care. They do not fucking care about the Australian public.
You guys have overthrown people before. Like, what's the process?
We're trying now with Hunt. We're trying so hard, it's not funny. But this one is like a tick on a ball. We can't get rid of him.
I bet you I could get ticks off of balls. Give me a couple minutes.
well,
Different stream. Different stream.
yeah, well, this one is an absolute nightmare. Out of nowhere, Friday, he drops this at the 11th hour, and it was Bill Tarling in Canada that alerted me to what was going on. And I thought, hang on a second, what's really going on here? I looked at it, and the reclassification of everything, because February next year they were meant to reclassify nicotine from Schedule 7 up to Schedule 4, which would have allowed the manufacturing and use of nicotine products here in Australia. No, didn't happen. He completely upended it and turned it on its head.
So basically what they did is they threw you a bone to keep your fucking eyes away from the prize of what they were doing, and came in behind and just fucking said, nope, we're done with this.
Well, for everyone listening, and I'm going to get nasty here, they fist fucked us without lube. Bottom line. And the key with this guy, right, is he's a lawyer. He's not a doctor. And everyone in Australia, all the officials, all the health ministers for each of the states and territories, not one of them are a doctor. Not one. Not a single one is a doctor. The funniest one actually is the Northern Territory. She's a fucking school teacher, for Christ's sakes. And she became the health minister of the Northern Territory. Democracy here in Australia is now fucking dead. We were a penal colony once upon a time, and we're going back to that now. We've got a prime minister here in Australia that overthrew his predecessor, and he's a happy clapper, and you know, he doesn't care. He's an ultra right-wing religious nut job that has destroyed this country from the inside. It's mind-blowing to watch. Mind-blowing. Why talk? The Governor General, okay, is put in play by the Queen, but getting to the UK or getting anything backwards and forwards from the Governor General is one thing. All of this was done under the darkness of COVID. Look over there while we do this. Look over here while we do that. We've had so many laws changed under COVID, it's not even funny.
And that's everywhere.
Well, it is everywhere. You know, United States, you know, we've been helping you guys from Australia with advocacy for years now. You know that. But here, it's taken a groundswell, and myself, Bogan, Legion, Steve, and a handful of others willing to get out in front of it and really push this and reach out to all our contacts around the world to dig in. If he wants to be a tick on a bull's ass, good luck. We're worse than that. He's just woken up a very fucking angry animal, and he's learning that now on Twitter. He's being handed his ass back there, left, right, and centre. I even had someone from his office, it was his media consultant, try and wrangle me the other day on Twitter on it. Yeah, good luck with that one. It won't work. It will not work. Tried telling me that I had no understanding of what I was talking about, or I've got no background in the industry. Really? I tend to fucking disagree.
Shows you how little background checks they're little actually willing to do before they start talking.
I've had all the reporters that I did all the interviews for last year when I was fighting. We knew that there was a problem around September last year. February, we thought that there was going to be a little bit of a difference. February rolls around, there was talk that they might have done the reclassification a little bit earlier, but the consulting time was still open until December, until the report from the Australian National University on vaping got handed down. I actually think that Hunt has a preliminary report from that university, and he doesn't like what he's read. Simple as that. It proves that we're right, he's in the wrong, and he's got in front of it before the final report gets released in December this year. He also went and did this while Parliament's not sitting until August. After 21 days, if something is not taken care of, it's law. Game over. There's no reversal of it unless we change the government, and we don't actually have another election here for another 3 years.
Man, just getting shat on.
So, yeah, what I'm hearing is essentially, unless he changes his mind, that there is no way to change this.
No.
Is that correct?
The only person that can help us is the Governor General. He can veto what has been done. But getting to the Governor General is like me trying to send you a bottle of 1969 Bollinger through the mail. It's not going to happen. Simple.
Is the Governor General on Twitter?
No, he's on Facebook though, and we melted his Facebook page. Poor guy. Hunt's Facebook page is actually
like
controlled.
protesting. Like, can you go protest in front of this fucker's mansion? Because you know
really.
he's got one. Government paid for it.
Yeah, well, we all know that. You know, the war cry that's now coming out of Australia through some of the advocates, myself, Adam, aka Breeze Tones, Legion Vapes, the rest of the guys, we are Legion. Hear us roar. And trust me, we're not going to sit back and watch this Muppet controlled by Pharma. And by the way, Fresh, for the last 3-4 weeks, every couple of days he's coming out with a new cancer drug. So who is paying this Muppet? Fast-tracking cancer drugs that aren't even approved at the FDA. How and or why? Doesn't make sense. Nothing makes sense here. Nothing. Sorry for all the doom and gloom, but yeah, we appreciate everyone from around the world helping us right now. Everyone.
Yeah. And it sounds like the only thing you can do is go sign that petition and hope that you get enough signatures to drop on the Governor General's desk. Like, this is the number of people we were able to rile up in X number of days.
Well, 55,000 have already signed the petition.
Yeah.
That was in less than 24 hours from around the world. We've had manufacturers from the United States, Canada, New Zealand, China, UK, Scotland, Ireland, Germany, France, writing letters and getting back responses from Hunt's department or Hunt's office as a pro forma letter. That's all it was. Saying, no, we've got the scientific studies, and get this, the study that is actually published on the TGA website is the debunked study that was retracted from Glance.
What the fuck?
Stan Glantz coming back. He's coming back hard, everybody. Stan Glantz. He's got his hands out of his fucking intern's underpants and bras.
Well,
he
he
no right
was
to put there
also
anyway.
But he was also flown into New Zealand under darkness to talk to the New Zealand government, and they listened to him. New Zealand's got the next fight on their hands. If Australia falls first, New Zealand will fall next. And from there, it's the domino effect.
That's absolutely batshit fucking crazy.
It's not
Yeah,
even
well, you
rational.
can't make this shit up, TJ. You cannot make this shit up.
Fuck.
I've had probably 10 to 12 hours sleep since Friday.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
No, dude. I haven't been down that pathway for many, many years. You know, I've curbed my drinking, everything. I'm just in fucking battle mode. Come at me and you will find out that, you know, you try and cut my head off, I come back worse.
Well,
Try and silence me, I'll come
I
back
want to
even
know what
harder.
Adam's eating.
He's always got food.
And
arsehole.
why aren't you? What is it? And why aren't you? Give it to me. I don't even.
it's like popcorn.
I just want it.
The
what
cheesiest
is
cheese popcorn you'll ever have in your entire life. It's
Yeah,
so
you're
good.
No, you're a fucking asshat. Now I want popcorn.
Fingers like coated. Thanks, Socorro.
Oh, asshat.
I'm over here half asleep and I just look over. Adam's eating something and I'm like, I want food. This whole going to sleep at normal people hours is off-putting.
Why are you doing that?
Oh.
Why not?
Yeah, big gulps. No, you know what I really want? I really want that. What was
With
it
the
from
dick inside you?
NCIS? No, Lumi, don't go there today. I really want that mythical creature from NCIS, calf pals, to be a real thing. I really want that to be a real thing right now.
My dick will do the same thing. Don't worry, cunt.
It's only because she would make little animated little signs that she would put calf power out above a little imaginary dick and be like,
Oh wow. Yeah, well, generally dicks and cunts go together. That's how it works. You're doing it the wrong way, Lumi.
Or I'm doing it the right way and you just haven't discovered it yet.
best way to have a fucking good time.
I'm so glad I brought popcorn.
I have fucking popcorn. I just don't want to get up again to go make it. I've been running around checking on my resin. My 510s keep trying to float for some reason.
I just feel like that Michael Jackson meme. You guys know what I'm talking about. If you've been on the internet at all in the past 10 years.
And to answer your question, Fresh, the Underground Railroad will be alive and well.
Good.
From here on out, I'll be wearing a fucking pirate hat on all my videos.
I got a spare pirate patch around the house from my kid. I might have to send you one.
Boy, everybody, it's Pirate Pole.
Yarr. We need to get you like a little gold leaf so you can stuff it on one tooth and you'll be really good then.
It doesn't matter. I've got a few teeth coming out, so I was going to have them replaced with gold ones in any case. That's
Big
why
old
I'm flying
hoop
the Jolly
earring.
Roger. Nah, gauges. Gold gauges.
I've been living in international waters for the last year.
Oh, well, Phil and Dimmy made a really good joke about it the other day. They said, let's get your boat, Phil, and fill it up with nicotine, and we'll drive it to Australia. and Phil Basato and Dimitri I can never do it. Agrafiliris. They're
Focus.
they're both livid about this because they were thinking about coming to Australia or New Zealand for Vape Expo in November, but if we fall July 1, oh pardon me, New Zealand will be 6 to 8 weeks behind that, I would say. It really sucks.
No, New Zealand's always been way more open to vaping, and it's a much smaller population, and it just seems like New Zealand's more set up to the point where it's in their best interest to like vaping.
Yeah,
So.
but Salisa's over there trying to overturn and push through.
Yeah, trying is not succeeding.
Yeah, true.
Government doesn't necessarily. The government in New Zealand has been, like I said, very very forward thinking about it.
Well, we have a sideways backward.
You guys have a very backwards government. You've had a very backwards government for quite some time.
Well,
Who refuses to rethink about it, even though their Department of Health has come out and said, "Hey, maybe you should do this." So,
well, we've got what do you call them? Mental health advocates here going, well, what about schizophrenia patients? What about all these other patients that actually use nicotine to curb their smoking habits? No, sorry, you can't do that. Doesn't work that way. You've got, and I'll say this for the first time, you actually have a very large recovering population here that were cigarette smokers, and when they found out what vaping was all about, they shifted. You're not allowed to smoke anywhere near a hospital here. You have to be 4 to 8 meters away from, doorways of buildings. Certain
4 to 8 meters. That's it.
Yeah, 4 to 8 meters. Yeah.
Ours is
Smoke a cigarette.
get the fuck off the campus.
Really?
Yep. Where I work is that way too. You can't even be anywhere on the campus.
So so they've completely changed what the hell's going on there. That's stupid.
Yeah, I haven't been able to smoke it. I wasn't able to vape or smoke on campus for years at this point.
Yeah.
Pippa, you're saying that Zapala has had his mind changed now? Or is that after I handed out his mobile phone number to everyone? Too bad. He's the co-president of the AMA, the Australian Medical Association. That dickhead put his private cell phone number up on his Facebook page. He'll have to get a new phone number now. And by the way, Greg Hunt's phone number is out there for anyone that wants his mobile number. So he's gonna have to get a new phone number after we've dealt with him.
So
We don't play fair here, TJ. You know that.
But I mean, you've got politicians crossing the line on this. Like, if they're not meeting in session, like, then there's nothing that these guys can do about it.
Well, they can
the 21-day limit. Like,
they can. With the politicians crossing the line on this is revolt within the party room, which means that.
Yeah, but they're not meeting, is what you told me. They're not meeting.
Okay, but there can be private Zoom type conferences between ministers, and they can apply the right amount of pressure to people further up the food chain. And we have a couple of by-elections coming up here in key seats for the government right now. If we can sway the people that are actually standing in these by-elections to get on our side and revolt against the government, it's going to send a clear message to the Prime Minister that we're not going to listen to you, you dickhead. Fuck off. We need this. And that's the only thing that we can do.
I imagine the vaping is a $1 billion industry down in Australia, just like it is here in the U.S.
When you consider we've got a smoking population of about 2.7 million, and about now Lumi's got fucking popcorn. What the fuck? Fuck me.
Time to go make some popcorn, Bo.
I destroyed that popcorn, by the way. It's gone.
I've got none in the house at the moment because I'm not where I used to live anymore. I'm living by myself, so yeah. Thanks, Lumi. That's a big ass piece of popcorn. Now I've lost my train of thought. Fucking squirrel. Thanks. Fucking popcorn. Bastards. We can only change what we can change in a very small time frame. We need to actually get the Prime Minister to listen to us and the Governor General, but the Prime Minister won't listen to us. And Dimlin, no. Judicial injunction. I spoke to my barrister, and I've also spoken to a couple of other people that I know in the legal field. They want a couple of $1 million even to mount some form of legal argument to the High Court here. We can't, or actually to the Supreme Court. And you would actually need a panel of QCs or Queen's Counsel, which is the highest version of the law fraternity here in Australia, to actually represent the vaping community. The vaping community here is around 300,000, but during COVID, we watched spikes in tobacco use go up from what they've been stating as 10% smoking rate. It moved back to around 12.5, 12.8, and in lower socioeconomic areas, it's spiked to 30 and 40% of the population in those areas going back to smoking during COVID. As for $1 billion industry, we have a community here that are more interested in collecting high-end toys and getting things that no one else can get their hands on because we're on the other side of the planet. The regular everyday vape stuff, it is all there, don't get me wrong. But we've got everything from mouth to lung all the way through to like collectors of ultra high-end PWM boxes and things like that that are being handmade for them in the United States and shipped here. The other thing that no one's talking about is that, you know how there's all these nicotine warnings on hardware now?
Mm-hmm.
They open a box at customs that says nicotine on it, they're going to destroy the fucking hardware.
Jesus Christ.
Comes under the same banner. That magical little word, nicotine, helps it helps so many people for so many different reasons. Next thing, like, there's been a couple of amazing tweets after Greg Hunt. They said, are we going to stop vegetable gardening here in Australia as well because that all contains nicotine? Are we going to sell off that industry as well? Which they have done under this current government. They've sold off most of the major farming, produce manufacturers, our fishing industry, all of it to the Chinese government. And get this, This is one that you boys will love to hear, both you, Fresh, and TJ. The Australian government, in all their wisdom last year, sold off or leased what was a military wharf, right, for tying up ships when they used to come here, up in the north end, to the Chinese government. They've leased a fucking wharf to the Chinese government so they can just fucking come and go.
Chance one of those dudes would bring you some nicotine.
Who?
One of the dudes at the Chinese wharf.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe they're going to be selling it off the boat.
Oh, I was thinking. I was thinking about organising, buying one of our old offshore oil rigs here in Australia, and setting it up as a nicotine manufacturing facility offshore.
Yeah.
It's in international waters. Go fuck yourself. You can't touch me.
That's what I was saying, Paul. We've been in international waters last 6 months.
Yep.
But
And
I kind of agree with Cherokee. I mean, a lot of this smells like a lot of those Bloomberg investments, like what he was doing down in South America, where they're like, yeah, we can't take the money.
It's not Bloomberg here in Australia, Cherokee. 70% of the Australian media is owned by Murdoch. There's no equilibrium anymore. It's gone. We don't have what we had 5 years ago here in this country. Murdoch has got his hand in everything in this country. Bloomberg, yes, to a point, but nowhere near the push that Murdoch has. He did a deal with the Australian government, and then got a $880 million check because to help Foxtel. For some reason, why he needed an $880 million check from Foxtel, from the government, to help prop up Foxtel. Why? Because we don't want to watch Foxtel anymore. Our internet is censored. No two ways on that one. You can bypass it if you know what you're doing. We can't get certain news reports here. Not allowed in your country. Fuck me.
Apparently, Tho is going to just start sending nicotine to all the Australians that he dislikes.
Oh well, we've been sending all kinds of things to Greg Hunt's office. You know, all kinds of useful items.
So would it be in our best interest to make it his problem by sending it directly to him in the mail?
Yep. Hell yeah.
Send him a liter of Nick.
No, just send him 60.
25,000.
No, 60 mils. No, 60 mil. Just send him 60 mil. Look, 60 mil chubby gorillas full of 100 milligram Nick. Send it all to Greg Hunt's office. Really?
Give him a bill of sale
Wanna
too.
play? Huh?
Give him a bill of sale too.
Yeah. Game over. But don't send him any of the CAS documentation or MS sheets. He's fucked. Simple. There's ways to play the game, but you've got to get creative. You know, sending a box of dildos is one thing, but sending, like, if everyone sent him bottles of nicotine, oh, Lumi, a dildo. Oh God.
He said dildo. Lumi's back.
Hey,
Apparently the feed is frozen.
Am I getting a box of dildos?
why do you need a box of dildos, Lumi?
Don't worry about it.
All
Can you
right.
still hear us out there? That's the question, everybody.
Yeah, we got about 15 minutes, so you guys can deal with some blank screen. Don't worry. It's going to go podcast style for the last 15. Sorry.
That's cool.
Oh,
That's cool.
man. From podcast.
There we go. We're in podcast mode now. So, as long as you can hear us, the last 15 minutes just going to be podcast variety.
Yeah, YouTube's doing its thing again by the looks of it.
Oh, that's not YouTube. It's fucking OBS.
Oh, OPS is doing it then.
Being a gigantic dick with ears.
Yeah, standard.
Dick with
But-
ears.
Yeah, Pippa's right. Yeah, we've done everything we possibly can. We are tough cunts here in this country. There's no two ways on that one. And if he thinks that we're gonna, if he really thinks that we're gonna sit back and watch this Muppet, you know, spout off crap, yeah, good luck. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I mean it's frustrating because it seemed like you guys had been headed in the right direction.
We all thought that it was going in the right direction. What happened? What really happened that we don't know about?
Yeah.
Who got their fingers into the pie, or who was just about to be caught with their pants down for taking backdoor money from Pharma? Is that what's really going on?
And you guys don't have open records like we do.
We do and we don't. We do and we don't. But we don't have the same checks and balances as you do. But again, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think this is going to end up fun for any of us.
Yeah, I mean from what I'm hearing, like at this point you guys are fucked until you're able to get someone to step in on your behalf.
Yeah,
And
but you're gonna what? Okay, are we gonna go as far as saying what this is going to become an act of God? Look, here's the link. I'll put it in. This is the TGA's proposal. The link's in the chat. The proposal is unbelievable. And then none of it arrange the imports. This is where it gets really sticky. The importation through a pharmacy or one of a number of companies. Who are the companies? No one's noted that yet. How? A specialised import permit. An Australian pharmacist may dispense or compound vaporized nicotine for use in an e-cigarette by a named patient on a submission of a prescription. Guess what? Doesn't exist. The framework isn't there. State by state, pharmacies aren't allowed to hold nicotine. Game over, bitches. It's stupid. It's really, really, really fucking stupid. I don't know what to do anymore. You know, I've been fighting for so long, guys. So long. I'm getting tired. No two ways on that one.
I mean we all get tired of the fight at some point or another, and just gotta realize that you can't stop, man. Gotta keep doing what's within your power.
Well, TJ, Fresh, you boys have known me for a long time. A long time. And I've been in the trenches ever since day one, since I got into the industry. You know, it was by sheer luck that, you know, I might have made a few dollars from it, but we work on a business model that we get people off the cigarettes and then down the line, they give up vaping as well. It's tobacco harm reduction at its best. That's what it is. But he doesn't have that in his vocabulary. I don't even think he's read the surgeon, like the Royal College. I don't think he's read that report either, for Christ's sakes. It's so hard. It's worn me down to the point now where it's worn me down to a point where I'm at breaking point now. And Chapman's mailing details, I'll get them to you, not a problem. send him liquid as well. But he'd probably use it as anal lube, knowing Chapman. If anyone's got any ideas on how to help us down here, please do. Please reach out. You know where to find me. Go and find me on the Twitters. You'll find me causing an absolute shitstorm over there at the moment. And to be quite honest, I'm done.
Yeah. Well, everybody. I mean, everybody with the Twitter. I mean, go and repost everything that you're seeing out there, because that's 3/4 of what I've been reposting lately is Australian advocacy. So it doesn't take a whole lot of effort to go over and hit the retweet button.
Yeah.
Doesn't take a whole lot of effort. The more that it gets out there, the more you spread it to people's attention. Even here in the U.S., because like if people in the U.S. are like, dude, that's fucked up. What's going on with that? You know, and they start taking an interest in it. It's a good thing.
Twitter's, how would I say? Twitter is the war ground of all politicians now around the world, regardless of where you're based. Politicians are actually taking notice of it because Twitter can actually swing votes and sway votes if needs be. It's one of the best tools. Facebook's fun. Twitter is where the big boys play. And big girls
Facebook is not fun. Don't lie to people.
Yeah, no. Facebook can get fucked.
Okay.
Instagram's kind of fun.
Yeah, if you want to look at pictures of boobs.
Why wouldn't I?
It does make a valid point.
What, like Paul,
boobs
Paul,
win.
Paul,
Boobs
Paul,
win.
Paul, did you
Boobs
think
win.
about that statement before it came out of your fucking mouth?
No, I
Come on.
didn't. No, I didn't. I'm tired, dickhead. Leave me
Alright.
alone.
Really
Go
crappy.
go get a nap in, man. Let
There's
the
so many boob pics, but
It's-
where are all the cock pics?
those are illegal on Instagram. I'm pretty sure.
You can't show an eggplant on Instagram. What's the matter with you?
People need to
What's the
start
matter
showing
with you?
some
What's
really,
the
really
matter?
tight jeans with their fucking eggplant hanging out the side of the pant.
I mean, I'm sure you can get like hashtag mushroom stamp pics out there.
They.
I just feel like it's not fair. I don't want to browse Instagram for only tits. I'd like to see some balls and some dick as well.
They have
Yeah,
websites
they
for
do.
that, by the way.
Yeah,
Look at
start looking
hashtag
up
moose
hashtag
knuckle.
moose knuckle.
Yeah.
Mooseknuckle.com.
I'm
We
sure.
hadn't thought of that.
Uh,
Now she's going to check out the hashtag moose knuckle.
Hey, Paul, Toby's got a question. He's like, is there a German version of the text? He wants to post to a German vaping forum, but he said many of them don't speak English.
Yeah, go and find on Twitter. Go and look up Norbert Zillatron. He's over that way, and he will help you out. Norbert, where are you?
Oh, there are penises on Twitter.
Oh,
Let me-
there are plenty on Twitter.
Wonder I avoid it.
I don't know how to get back on Twitter. I lost my password.
Have them email it to you, nerd.
I already said it once. I don't want to do it again.
Ah, jeez.
Sounds like you don't want the cocks out fat.
Follow.
I just scroll through my Instagram feed and see some cocks.
That's Norbert's. I threw it in the chat on the YouTubes. Go and follow Zillatron. He's another one that you don't mess around with. He's one of the really good guys for advocacy and vaping. He's one of the heavyweights that. Yeah. Well, follow him.
So it says he knows Norbert. There you go.
Well, he's been translating stuff for us. German media's actually picked up on this now, and yeah, it's wow.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that was him. Yeah. Yeah.
Man,
Jimmy's
remember the
yeah.
good old days when the TPD was like the worst thing to come along?
Hmm.
What happened?
Right? Everybody was freaking out about the TPD.
Yeah, but
I've been to Europe since TPD went into place.
Yeah.
Like, it's not fucking bad.
no, TPD is actually
Quite reasonable.
yeah, it's really cool in comparison. Fuck, I want TPD. I want that here in Australia.
Why don't you
Like
your
an
2 mil tanks and your 10 mil bottles of liquid, and you do your short fills if you want a 60 mil.
Squonky.
And there's
Some
ways
of those-
around everything in the TPD. But yeah,
Some
it's
of those crackly Breezestone squirrels.
and some aliens crackling like that.
Got around to getting your Lumi foils.
That's all I gotta say.
I've got a whole lot of stuff to get done, but
It's okay. It's only been a year.
yeah, the last 6 months. Well, for anyone that doesn't know, I was actually homeless for 3 months. So yeah, thanks. So there you go. That's where I was for three months, and I've only been in this place for about 6 weeks now. In my new place, so and I had to get all my interwebs and everything hooked up because Australia's got fucking pigeons running our fucking internet service as well.
Jeez.
Oh, well, no, actually, I'm now on 5G, and I've got fucking mind-boggling speeds. I've got that 5G. I got that 5G virus now. Oh, that COVID 5G thing. More restrictions? Yeah, I understand that, but TPD 2.0 and 3.0, I hope that they lift the bottle size from what it is
What,
to
10 mil bottle or short pills?
oh fuck, I how could any of us live under that? I couldn't.
Well, no, when I was over in Scotland, you could buy a 10 mil bottle, or you could pay for a short pill. And then the guy would take the little nicotine in your short pill, and he'd go in the back and come back with a perfectly filled bottle of nicotine.
Yeah.
Nicotine liquid.
Did you find any?
You bought the components separately.
Did you find any really good liquids over there while you were there?
There was a really good. It was a really good lemon meringue pie that I found. And then I tried a iron brew e-liquid. I had an iron brew. I actually had an iron brew because everyone's telling me I had to have it. And then I didn't even think about the fact that I had caffeine in it. I got all fucking wigged out.
Oops.
And iron brew is okay. It's definitely the national drink of Scotland. Fuck, everybody's swilling that shit. But man, it was bizarre. It was kind of bizarre. It was kind of like a black licorice soda.
What?
Yeah, it had kind of an anise thing going in it.
Ew,
Mm,
gross.
we've been working on a what was it? An absinthe recently. Going down that pathway into all the boozy type things, but
But have you worked on an abscess yet? Like, have you made like an abscess flavor, like the juices that come out of the tooth? That is, yep. Yum.
Thanks, Lumi.
fuck me.
You nasty girl, you nasty.
Why
Hell
the,
no.
why the fuck?
But yeah, you want to get rid of short pills? Now the question remains: is there a German version of the text?
You follow me on Insta, don't you, Doughboy? If you do, I'll find something for you. If not, I'll have someone translate it.
And you can always just put it into Google. Tell it to translate from English to
Usually,
German.
Yeah,
It
usually
won't be
autodetect.
exact, but it'll get the point across.
Yeah, I've grabbed some like full paragraphs from like Russian websites and stuff, and I'm like, oh wow, it translated it 95% readable. Huh? Like, Google's getting smart. They're also kind of creepy, so
I
Keep
love
distance.
Russian websites for software.
Well, I wasn't gonna get into what I was using them for, but yeah, damn right.
Dude, I ain't stupid when it comes to that. I was part of when, what was it, back when Windows 7 got released, and there was an amazing Russian website that used to get the leaks. We actually thought they had a direct link straight into Microsoft at that
Oh
stage.
my god. Just tapped in.
Yeah, it was called Weisel. And those boys, every
remember
release that was like all of it, bam. Your dog won't listen to you, Lumi. Just looking at you, going, "What the fuck?"
What?
Your dog's not looking at you, going, "Yeah, what the fuck?" Fuck off.
It's because the vape was going towards her face, so I was trying to fan it away. Like, I know secondhand vape isn't a thing, but I just feel rude when I blow a cloud into my dog's face.
Well, your dog's looking at you, going, "Really?"
Like, my cat goes like right for it. If I blow like a big cloud, she's like,
I feel like me blowing a cloud into Tira's face is the equivalent of me walking up to a non-vapor and just
yeah,
blowing
I don't blow it in her face. I blow it away, but she goes right for it, so I might as well. She doesn't care. She's Shaniqua.
Alright, guys. We're out of time for tonight. Fortunately, I gotta get up early. Like I said, there's not really a way that we go out anymore, so I want to do tonight, because Paul's here. Paul, if you have any parting words for anybody, tell them what they can do. Let them know.
Please, everyone around the world, please follow our actions. Follow all of the advocates on Twitter. Myself, Vape Advocacy AU, Adam Breeze Tones, Legalize Vaping Australia, ATHRA, all of us. Find any one of us and jump on the train, because trust me, buckle up, buttercup. We ain't going any fucking where.
There you have it, guys. Follow, help them out, do whatever you can. See you guys all next week. Love you all. Thanks for coming out.
Cunt counts? Peace out, cunt counts.
And why am I waving at you when we're on podcast variety? Awesome. Fuck.
Bye!
Bye, everybody. Enjoy this song on the way out.
Peace, love, mung beans.
There is a house